Welcome back everyone, Napoleon Complex here, and welcome back to our campaign as the Almohads. I am currently in the process of conquering the last bit of Spain, well Iberia rather, which is Portugal, and I know I said I was going to go straight for France last time, but the problem is that if we leave a rebel province on our borders, they may attack us, so I will need to make preparations to bring them down and consolidate Iberia before I can go running off into the rest of Europe. Navarre is also giving me public order problems. As you can see, it's barely loyal, and that's with a massive army in charge and with a fairly dreadful general, who I believe is an Aragon in charge of the province. No, wait, here he is. So we're not really in a position to move out just yet. However, what we can do is, I've spent 1350 this turn, so what I can do is I'll take the morale improvement in Cordoba and in Serenica, because we can now train Almohad urban militia, and that will hopefully soon give me an army that can overcome the Guardians of Egypt. So that will be a big improvement for us. For the moment, we'll need to remain on the defensive, but as soon as I'm ready, I'm going to invade Portugal, and once things settle down in Navarre, that should give us the springboard. Let's end the turn. And the Spanish are invading again. There is no way that we're going to be able to withstand that, so we'll retreat to our stronghold. And the King of Sicily has sent the request for an alliance. Any friends right now will be helpful. Great builder, Prince Yusuf, so good. That means our heir is going to have a trait that improves public order when he comes of age. Now, the Italians really don't have anywhere to go, so I will move the army to repel them. How are we doing for public order? Green everywhere, good. So, unfortunately, we will have to postpone our trip into Portugal this turn, as my army is going to need to take care of this. Or should we use the border forces? Let's not rush this. So, they are attacking with Genoese sailors, archers, and urban militia. Now, if you remember what happened last time, they moved an army in to reinforce that. So we'll take our... I'll take 2 brigades, one of which is under strength, and I will leave the rest back in reserve. And to seal the deal, I will also move a unit of archers and infantry south. We're going to build a unit of border forts, and we are going to start to move our best troops out of Navarre. So that of course will be our king and our best infantry, because we do want to attack Toulouse at some point. Okay. I just need to do some brief accounting, so let's see, 400 on these guys, 650. Is that everyone paid for this turn? So we're spending 600, oh wait, so 950 per turn for, every second turn. So only 1350 and then 950. So I have about 2000 to spend this turn. So let's see. We need to focus on the economy. I remember that from last time. I'm going to get the 20% farmland here. And I will go for the improved farmland because we can't afford the mines. Okay, that's the economy dealt with. How are we doing for public? Alright, we already checked that. Our reserves are in place. I'm not really in a position to attack France yet. Maybe next turn. I'm not in a position to attack Egypt. I can move some more cavalry south to the border, but that is the last cavalry I want to move down here. I already have quite a substantial cavalry force, and these are mostly spearmen. So, they're recruiting Saharan cavalry as well. Any soldiers I can move around? I've got the Moroccan infantry. I need to be a little bit careful of public order in Castile. A revolt there would be very bad. So I'll leave the Morocans behind for now. Let's end turn. I knew they'd reinforce, and that's their king. So we've managed. Oh no, but we're attacking across a river. Oh well, that shouldn't be too difficult to deal with. We've got archers. I fear no river crossing. Once it loads, which it will, if it knows what's good for it. Okay, and we've got 2 bridges to choose from, which is good for us because it gives us more options. Right, how I usually do. What I usually do here is I set up. Oh yeah, you can't deploy. I'm thinking of later Total Wars. That's annoying. They form up in different formations to the others. So the plan is to just see how they are deployed. So they've deployed in the centre. They've got a guard, force guarding the right hand of the bridge, but they are very vulnerable to my missiles. So I think my first opportunity will be to take most of the missiles and a unit of foot infantry over to this bridge to threaten it. And see how they respond to that. Okay, no response, good. Well, that makes my life quite a bit easier. Okay, they've got the cavalry coming over. So they are reacting, but they're not really responding in the way they usually do, which is to move their troops away from the other side of the bridge. So it's good for us because they are basically acting as cannon fodder. And with their army all the way over here, well, just take a genius to work out what my next response should be. We are going to take our remaining reserves and we are going to take them towards the left hand side bridge. So that's half their unit gone already, and that's so we can get started properly. We have another unit, and those Arbor Militia in the hands of the AI can be quite nasty because of the expert move bonuses, but that's a unit's almost gone already. Look at that. And the king doesn't have a lot of honour on his bodyguard, so he will be reasonably easy to take down. Or as easy as taking down a king is in this game. Okay, so we'll make the most of this. I'm not going to advance too aggressively until I've used up my arrows here, I think. Well, once that unit's gone, it should bring forward the Arbor Militia. But it's obviously getting harder for my archers to hit their targets. Or maybe not. One more. Down he goes, and that should bring the others closer. Or maybe not. Can we get them into range? Looks like we can. Alright, pick them off. Troops are still travelling. Come on. Maybe if they move onto the bridge slightly. Ah, now they're firing from the other side. Good. Alright, we'll speed this up now, because this will take a little while. Oh yeah, in the older Total Wars you can get friendly fire within a unit if they're in the wrong configuration. So congratulations men, you managed to shoot yourselves. I am well aware they could have charged there. Thankfully they didn't. Okay, it's close enough. That's the enemy archers firing at us now. Great. I could pull back, but I think at this point we'll just let them. God, that's a waste of infantry. Sorry about that. I did not think those Genoese sailors could possibly do that much damage. They're not even Genoese sailors, they're archers. I forget this is such a waste. Okay, let's just deal with this now. That was incompetently handled. And now we're short in time. I took this too complacently. Get ready to cross the bridge, but now this force needs to get across. I may have screwed this up quite badly. Time. Okay, they're reacting to that. Right, get our army across the bridge. This was beneath me. I think they're booking it. Yeah, they're running for it. That was an unnecessarily early scare. Okay, mess over. What have they got inside the fort there? Just their starting units. So there's 6 units of spears and 2 units of camels, 2 units of Saharans. We're nowhere near ready to fight this. I need at least some frontline soldiers. Because those Berber camels are scary and the Saharan cavalry are no slouch either. But the real threats are these Nubian spearmen because they will beat urban militia off the field unless they're Almohad urban militia. We got Valencia back. I can now put someone competent in charge of it. And jack up the taxes because it's still loyal to me. How's Navarra doing? Looking better. Not perfect though, but it is looking better. Can we attack Aragon? No. We are a little bit out of position for that. No, Aragon, sorry, can we attack Toulouse? It's not particularly well defended, but on the other hand, if I attack now, should I go for England? At least it's weak. Their income's probably not looking too great at this point because we haven't been expanding and we haven't been expanding our tax base. Let's see. Pull this army back so we still got a reserve. Don't think I'll be attacking this turn. Let's have a look at Portugal. They have 2 units of spearmen, one of which is full, a unit of archers and a unit of knights. Okay, we'll go for it. We'll go. No, I really prefer to have another unit of archers and heavy infantry backing that assault up. Morocco can get... I'd really like to build gold mines, but I can't afford them. It'll have to be improved farmland. Another 1,000 gold down the spout. Yeah, or should I go for Aquitaine? That's much richer than Toulouse actually. Because I can't trust the English to stay at peace with me anyway. Leave our prince behind, and let's see, with 3 units of archers, 1 unit of heavy infantry, we're badly overweighted. But they've only got archers and defence. Well then we'll take Aquitaine then. And I'm pretty sure that will bring us to peace anyway, because we'll break our border with the English. If you no longer have a border with a faction, it's automatic peace. Just checking everything to make sure it's okay. Have I moved all my troops? Okay. Really? Uh-oh. Oh, okay. Right. Good thing I keep that reserve, isn't it? Retreat to the stronghold. And I'll send this force to Morocco. Don't think I need the full force though, so I can get my extra unit of infantry. And that can support my move into Portugal. Taking a bit of a risk here, but I think I need to be a little bit more aggressive. Okay, the English also control Anjou. Oh, of course, because they cut a swathe across central. May have got myself into a bit of a protracted conflict here. Move into Navarre. Right, just check loyalty. I have 2,000 to spend this turn. Oh, of course, I just lost my investment in. This is the problem of being raided. I'm losing my investments. There's really not a lot in Navarre to spend my money on. I'll just build a fort. And I'll go for improved farmland. That's about... Right, so that's 1,000. I'm never going to have enough for that. Really don't want to revolt now. Public order's getting too low. Start to send them west. Really don't think those horsemen are going to be much use when we invade it. Could we use more cavalry? I suppose one more unit to help outflank the enemy's cavalry. But it's the heavy infantry who are really going to decide this now. And I think I need about 4 units of them. Maybe more now that we've got more spearmen. Alright. To limit casualties, I'll fight the battle. Forgot to set my timer. Clear with rain expected later. Well, archers won't really affect this battle. Once again, they'll be kept clear. I'll be using my heavily armored troops for this. Keep this one individual clear because he's someone important. So my 2 units of heavy infantry and my bodyguards working together should be more than enough for this. Only peasants. You know how the story goes. Bodyguard was needed here. We're still going to lose some casualties, but I think this is best than also resolving it. Getting some honor for it. And that's actually really important. Having a few high honor armies in this game can really save your life. Experience is so important in this game, even for calculators, of course. But I think the importance of experience has got steadily gone down in the Total War series as it has progressed. There we go. Okay, well, I have the better general. They probably have the better army. No, we'll be able to deal with this because the Almohad urban militia will mess them up. And we have the advantage in archers, which they are terrible at dealing with. They do have the slight advantage in cavalry, though. Hopefully I can kill them this time. Town storms. Oh, love. Right, get on top of that hill. They're not booking it already, are they? They don't gain anything from this. No, wait, there he is, showing up. This battlefield extends further than I thought. Right on the edge of the map, though. Of course, the Italians aren't even the hardest opponent you have to face in medieval. The toughest AA faction is probably the Germans. Oh great, on fire. I just stumble into that. Get out there, start skirmishing. Misclicked. Stop. Their archers off the hill. Right, they're going down in heaps now. Looks like you can heavy infantry. No, pulling back. And that's a feint. Pulling back, they've drawn me forward. Now they're going to try and hit me in the face. The guys could at least have the decency to shoot at something. Very messy withdrawal. Oh, don't just stand there! Oh, skirmish mode isn't on. Since when is skirmish mode not on for these people by default? Almohad militia seem to have made a right mess of things. What is this? Oh, they got hung up on some stragglers. The AI is oh my god. Brilliant charge by the AI. It completely caught me off guard. They managed to block that charge and delay these guys somehow. I lost most of my bodyguard, but I seem to have managed to get it back under control. Shoot them. These guys will get better than this. Oh, chill. That was ugly. I think they're going for my peasants. I need to send my king to help deal with the enemy monarch. He's quite high valor, should help to take him down. Hopefully we can kill him. Good if we could get the regicide and the Italians. But in my experience, the AI usually leaves an heir at home. They're a little bit better than that. Oh, these guys are exhausted and now they're just getting shot to pieces. Right, forget this. We're going to have to shoot them down. This is going nowhere.
The enemy ruler, more foolish than 1,000 fools, is dead.
That's something. Get the cavalry over to help. I do not want them to just shoot my best troops down. You have to do something. You have to contest them at least. Just keep our archers moving after them. Pin them up against somewhere where they can't escape. I need my commander to have some stamina so he can pursue them. They're totally exhausted. Oh, there's 5 Valor soldiers. I think there are only 3 Valor on the campaign map, but still. General's miles off. Oh good, the morale gave out. Of course Genoese sailors are fast, that's why I couldn't catch them like normal archers. Just don't see, I think they're fast moving. Yeah. That's why the desert archers are good, because they can run away when they're told to. Right, Portugal. Reasonably evenly matched forces. It's a fair fight. So let's give them one. The real threat here is from their knights. Their spearmen won't really stand up against my Almohad or militia. And the archers are really a reasonably limited threat to the heavily armoured units. And anyway, my own archers to counter them. I'm just going to save time, learn from history, and put these guys into loose formation from the start. Don't make me chase you. Right, I remember this from when I fought this battle before in a past campaign. That hill is quite dangerous. We see that small forest? We probably want to fight our knights in there. Let's move our troops over towards this side of the battlefield. Stay with them. No, I know what to do. Screen the cavalry with the archers so that the cavalry offers some protection. That allows the archer's line to overhang the infantry line a little bit. So what to do when your archers are spread out like this and space on the front line becomes a premium. Probably want the infantry on the right actually, facing the forest, and the cavalry can be... I know I don't usually put them on the low ground, but the cavalry won't fight well in forest. Right, now we're in the position to start this properly. So it's a ridge battle, which means that the archers closer to the ridge will have an easier time of actually engaging in combat. And I see the forest really... The forest is kind of a red herring, it's not really here. It would have been nice to use if I could have lured the enemy cavalry into it, but seeing as neither side even has access to it, it's kind of a non-issue. They are not going to come out for an archer duel, are they? Okay, so be it. Keep our units close behind, keep them angled. Right, what I want to do here is angle my troops so that they are standing a little bit further back. That was so good when Rome came along and you could click on top of other units. It really was a lifesaver in terms of helping you organise your army. Right, here come their archers. There's a bit more space over here. Okay, get the golems forward. They should be quickly overwhelmed. There's only 40 of them. Units. General's unit is into combat now. That's the weaker unit. It was a bad place to stop, but they've just been caught in the side by heavy infantry, so they should be dealt with. Now if we can go for their archers on the hill. No, turn back and break them. And the spear should go down fairly easily to the heavy infantry. There we go. Right, leave it to the cavalry to mop them up. We were at a disadvantage. I've got to say we were at a disadvantage in the archer duel. And the spear unit is blocking this group. Right, they're not going to be coming back in any significant numbers. I'm going to ask my archers to storm the hill in support of the cavalry, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere shooting at them. I did double click. I should have double checked to make sure they actually did what I was told them to do. Pay the heavy price for defeating these spearmen. At least that means I don't have a rebel army back anymore. That's my control of Spain consolidated just a little bit more. And they are falling to pieces. The archers are really just there to support the bodyguard and make up numbers. They're not going to do too well on their own. There we go. That's the end of it. I have not been conducting these battles as well as I've been doing in the last couple of episodes. Release them all. Right, there's money there from ransom. Oh, goody. Our monarch's dead. This usually means absolutely terrible things for biblical war, and it couldn't have happened at a worse time because we just expanded. And Portugal is in massive amounts of unrest. Let's just do a quick tour of the empire. So the good news is that everything hasn't been thrown into anarchy. I'm not facing red all over my empire. But I still face a significant amount of unrest. Right, I need someone with dread in Portugal. You will do very nicely. At least with the Italian king out of commission and most of his armies dead, we might have a bit of a break from the continuous raiding. Peasants at least weren't touched, put them back in here. Oh, now they're threatening Algeria as well. Right. Well, stay calm. At least I can finally get access to a navy. Right, we need to try and do something about this problem. And this area's already got fully built up forts. Portugal is one of the troublesome provinces which is quite unrestful. We'll want a fort there as soon as possible. I've got 5 influence, which is okay. What about our income? Because the change of leader, we've lost income as well. Because your leader's income affects how much income the country makes. I can move Leon's garrison in to help. I need to keep at least some forces with me in Cordoba. And I need some force in Morocco in case I go for Algeria. Sorry, just taking a moment to think about this. We're not going to be able to quell the unrest in Portugal in a hurry, which is really bad. I can... I've already got Great Builder and no, that doesn't contribute to any more happiness now. Let's focus on other fronts. Aquitaine's in a very severe unrest as well. We need a general with dread to help contain that for the moment. Please tell me there's someone in my empire with some dread. Ideally 2 skulls. Right, you know what? You will do fine for now. can also build a watchtower there, and I believe I can move. I can't move troops from Navarre up. That's bad news. Take the garrison from Aragon and go nuts. Hopefully that will be enough. We are stretched thin at the moment, and we're stretched thin because I am having trouble defending my borders from all the people who are trying to kill us. Get someone back in charge of Morocco. Get someone back in charge of Granada. So we're almost certainly going to face a revolt in Portugal, and we are probably going to face, I should be training these constantly, and we're probably going to face a revolt in well, no, I think we can possibly contain the situation in Aquitaine. I am spending 1,350 this turn in here, so let's see, 1,450, 1,850. I am going to get my mines up and running while I have the chance. 4,000. I have the feeling my accounting is way off, but right, troops, because I still need to try and press on if possible. Unrest is very high in it, but that should go down as religion changes, because we'll start to convert the population to Islam. Brace yourselves. Rebels are coming. Famine in Tunisia? That's gonna hurt. Okay, good. Okay, we got it back under control. Unrest has barely gone down in Portugal. I'm expecting reinforcements so I can send some more help. At least we've got a decent army there if it does rebel. We've established peace in Aquitaine. Income has improved from somewhere. I know the Italians haven't given up. They're lurking out there somewhere. Let's think about this. Recruitment. Start to send these east. West rather. Taking Egypt would really help, but I can't launch that attack prematurely. Problem is, as I build up, they're building up as well. If anything, they're stronger than me in this front. They could attack me right now, and I might have to think about withdrawing. Nubian spearmen of my own would be useful because I could use that to counsel the enemy cavalry. And if Tunisia itself could go for Almohad or militia, then that would give us a second recruiting ground, because the Saharan cavalry, we have enough of those now. I don't really need more. 400, 600, plus the recruitments this turn. So that's the 950. We're doing the maths. That's 1,550. I can spend 600 more, which would be enough for a basic farm. Unfortunately, I don't have any basic farms. We've built all of the cheap buildings at this point. I think I'll just save my money, to be honest. Campaign-wise, rest is going down in Cordoba. I really do want to keep hold of Cordoba, so I want to keep my forces here consolidated. However, I can move troops down from Castile and move them to Cordoba, and that allows me to maintain public order there. Can I afford? I need this force in case Algeria gets invaded. We are getting stronger, but things are difficult, to say the least. I will move. I've got just enough strength to move someone north from Navarre. And seeing as these units here have honor, valor rather, I'm thinking about Shogun Total War. I'm not in a position to attack Toulouse yet, even though I took the province. Keeping it would be murderous. Very difficult to do. So end the turn for now. Cordoba, Aquitaine, another famine. Magnificent builder, that's good news to us. That's an improvement to our loyalty. That famine in Navarra is very inconvenient for me right now, to say the least. We're still making decent money. And up to 70 now. Okay, move the archers across, so that means that I can send these Morabatans to help keep order. And unfortunately, I know this isn't worth it financially, but I've got to try and bring the province under control. Down to up to 30%, and I mean, loyalty is going up. We are improving the situation. We've been very lucky not to have a revolt so far. I know the story there. Keep these fellows marching across the desert. I don't like being bottled up in defense like this, but of course with this situation being what it is, I'm going to need to send garrisons to Navarra, which for this turn at least nullifies my progress in Aquitaine. Let's see. We know it's 1,350 at this stage because I've got no new recruitment centres. That gives me about 1,200 to spend this turn. Where have we not upgraded the farms? Cordoba. Cordoba is an excellent candidate for those farms. They should have got that a long time ago. Or is Valencia better now, actually? Castile and Leon both have the 60% farms. What is 60% farms? Because let's see. Improved farmland is land clearance. 40% is crop rotation, so what's 60%? %60 is farming improvements, and 80% is basically kind of like Rome's great estates. We know where the trouble spots are, and we know that we can't expand out just now. Or me? No, we can't. I'm dreaming. Christian revolution, which means they're probably going to have knights. Men-at-arms and knights. Okay, we knew it was coming. We're probably coming. I can send a few more reinforcements to help deal with this revolt, but is it necessary? We have 2 units of Morabitans, 2 and a bit units of archers, 3 units of heavy infantry, and knights. What are they attacking with? Okay, they've got 3 units of these can openers and plenty of archers, so I think I will actually send the reinforcements. Things in Navarra will have improved, so I can... This is where expansion gets tough, because all the lands I'm taking are not of my religion, which means that we are going to be facing religious unrest pretty much all the way through. Italians are still stalking around my coastline. Got 3 units of these urban militia now. I need more, really. Finally get some cavalry that isn't just generals' bodyguards in the west. Taxes are looking good. Economy's looking healthy. And my king isn't much of a fighter, but that does mean I can keep him nice and central. And he can help to assist with law and order. Right, that should be enough to launch an attack on Toulouse now, because we have plenty of public order now. I will move my king else. He should still be in a fairly central position. He can pop back and help if... I'm not thinking. We're at war with the... English. I don't want to start in... Oh, but then we have to march all the way north. Let's see. Okay, we'll try and drive the English out of France first. But I'm making a very long border for myself, and that will be a rod to beat my back with later on. Finances, I haven't even got to the turn's finances. See, so this turn is going to be the 950. So that gives me about 1300 to spend. No, 1250. So basically, I can build some. Once again, I'm tempted just to save my money. I'll build some farms in Aquitaine. Right, rebellion in Portugal and invasion of Anjou. Let's go. And we take Anjou without problems. I'm sorry if I seem overcautious and it's making things a little bit boring, but you don't understand is when you lower your guard in these games, that things start to spiral out of control. There are plenty of campaigns where I've tried to rush or I've thought I'm invulnerable and then wham, something goes wrong, rebellions spring up, and then suddenly everything is out of control. You are constantly on a knife edge in Medieval 1. A rebellion in one place, or just having too many enemies at the same time, or a breakthrough in the wrong place can send you back pretty much to square one, and even you can lose the campaign quite plausibly. And that's good, that makes it challenging. But it does mean you also have to be careful. I'll set up these guys as a kind of screen of archers in front of my main force. If they shoot at them, then they won't be shooting at my more vulnerable units, and I know the enemy has a lot of archers. Okay, the enemy aren't just going to be meek and play nice and come straight up the hill to die. They are going to actually manoeuvre and force me to change my formations, which again is fair enough. I do that too. These guys really should be in loose formation. Skirmishers out there getting them. Force the enemy to run after them, force the enemy to take casualties. One of those feudal art men-at-arms knackered by the time they hit my forces. So this is what I mean about rebel stacks getting better technology than you. You can, rebels being largest in the game, note that the enemy get feudal men-at-arms. Most factions do not have feudal men-at-arms yet. They get better technology than you, and they get units that you won't see until later in the campaign. And that makes them an absolute pain to deal with. You guys are not skirmishing, are you? Skirmishing is just a thing other skirmishers do apparently. Got them in flank. How are we doing here? These units are still dangerous. Those urban militia are getting absolutely wrecked. Which is always good to see. The Morabitans are proving their worth. And there go the enemy. There goes the enemy front line. Now it's just a case of chasing down their archers, which I will do gleefully.
The general at last reveals his true colors as a coward.
Try and kill the enemy general first, because that will inevitably. I don't know how good the Mirabitan shields are. I think they do have large shields, so they should be quite good. If they can get close enough to attack. Just attack them in melee. The enemy's morale should be like glass now at this glass now. And the problem is because of the casualties we've taken, it means public order may be even worse. I don't think we lost too many soldiers in this battle, but it wasn't pleasant. Of course our archers are faster than them, so we can catch them. And of course our heavy infantry can kill them. probably not the time to be shooting, to be honest. Just get everyone moving. If you've got legs, charge with them. The enemy army's beginning to fall apart, but they've still got resistance to offer us. And as long as they've got resistance to offer us, they can kill us. Let's see. Right, grab these soldiers, bring them over. The resistance seems to be focusing on this side of the line. So that's where I need my troops to be attacking. Keep after them, keep them harassed, don't let them regroup. See, told you, as soon as you take your eyes off them, they rally. We didn't manage to kill the general, regrettably. I was hoping he'd get caught up in the rout. That would have made this a lot easier. They've given way. I don't think there's much left of the enemy now. These individuals, they're proving stubborn. There we go, I thought the arrows would break them. And the enemy are fleeing the field. Unrest settled. And it really doesn't matter how many of them they catch, because they know where to go, they'll all be captured after the battle anyway. Oh, we got a lot of money from that. And we got a 4th star general. Very nice. Okay. I think this is going quite well now. We've got the means to recruit some peasants. That means I need to factor that in. We are going, so it's going to be 1450 this turn. We've taken Anjou. Anjou will be full of unrest. We are going to, of course, take Anjou by force. Never mind, they've got an army up there. I don't think the cavalry can really do too much to me. So, right, loyalty. Still problems in Portugal, but I think they are starting to settle down. I can move my archers and... So just the archers, please. Go to Cordoba. Means I can move more reinforcements into Portugal. Make sure that unrest is settled once and for all. Once peasants start coming in, that will allow me to start to move forces out of Portugal. And Toulouse. No, what we're trying to do, so Anjou will fall next turn. That will allow me to move into Normandy, hopefully, once unrest settles down there. That of course may take a while. I don't want my presence in Aragon to get too weak. But what I'm trying to do, of course, is send more forces up to Anjou to make sure that it doesn't revolt. And once we hit Normandy, that should cut us off from the English, and then we should be free to go elsewhere. Cordoba now has enough soldiers available to it, so... Or does it? That was the point, actually. I think we can send the cavalry north, though. Still mindful of Italian raids. Oh, okay, military movements. We're not going to be invading Toulouse this turn. This is when managing your empire gets a little bit complicated. you don't really want... Well, we're already classified as armoured anyway, so let's see. So that's 1850. Hmm. 36. That's too much. See, I don't actually think the gold mine, so that's 1800, 2800. Yeah. Anywhere else I can build 4%, 40% farms. Portugal. Portugal's not very valuable. I may as well get the town watch because that improves public order. I am self-aware enough to know that I do that too much. Okay. Troop movements dealt with, economies dealt with. We know the answer to that, don't we? Perfectly honest. End turn. Counterattack by the English. And they do have the better commander. But I still think I can win this, and here's why. There's woodland in this province, and cavalry are terrible at fighting in woods. They are absolutely appalling. I have heavily armoured troops, and they should be able to deal with the... Okay, but there's not much woodland in this province. We're going to head for that hill over there. Unfortunately, that does mean handicapping the best troops in my army, but let's face it, archers are not going to have much time to fight against cavalry anyway. The javelinmen might have some use. I left behind? No one. They're just taking a moment to disappear from the minimap. Oh Jesus. You literally need to get out of the woods. I mean, into the woods. Light troops over here. Okay. Music's so calm, and we're already basically in contact with the enemy. You know things are getting hectic when your first move is to run for the forest. Oh, it goes without saying that we should probably not run. We need to engage. Not go into skirmish mode. We need to engage a boat, otherwise the enemy's melee troops will just drive out first. So how are they going to open this? Wondering why I'm using my archers in melee is because archers really aren't much good in forest battles, so they may as well be doing something useful. And I need to restrict my activities a little bit because spell. Right, take a unit spell and have militia. Over to here. I'm going to need the help and the enemy doesn't seem to be dying too much. Over here. We need to keep some units around. Hovelars are sniffing around. Dead horse behind us. exactly what I wanted them to do. Careful here. Don't have woods. Units of archers there, so they can move in and flank. We are winning this. We are winning this. It's messy, but we are doing okay. I think the enemy are now weak enough that we might be able to keep them out in the fields. Oh, it's getting ugly over here. This is a frightening battle, to be honest, because with the forest I can't really see what's going on too well. And battles where visibility is difficult are always tricky things. Almohads is fighting quite bravely here, unfortunately. Right, this is the key moment. I think in the First World War the Germans had the concept of the Schwerpunkt, the key point, and this is definitely the key point of the battle. Right, they're holding back. If they keep a reserve, we need to keep a reserve. Because it's usually the side that throws in their reserve last that wins. What's happening? What's going wrong here? Throwing in the Hollow here, wait till they're out of momentum, and then throw in our reserves. These guys are finished. So they can go and settle up with the Hobbelars. Good. Right. Now the archers can get on with their primary function. They can get around the back of these Hobbelars and hopefully the javelinmen can throw javelins at them and stab them to death. Your enemy, like your Christian war horns going up. The enemy are giving way. Those Hobbelars are finished. Right, I know you lot, I know you will need help getting into range. You guys are hitting as many of your own troops as you're hitting of the enemy. Focus on the enemy archers. Northerbettans into melee. Northerbettans aren't meant for melee, I'm doing this out of desperation rather than because I want to.
The enemy general is slain, and his soldiers are disarmed.
That should be just about the end of English rule in France. That's the hour. Well, longer than that actually. Good progress today. but as you can see, resistance is stiffening and it's getting harder for us to advance. Things are definitely getting tenser, and oh goodness, so I've got a revolt on my hands soon. Anjou. Okay, I have been Napoleon Complex. Thank you for watching so far and following so far. If you liked the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and hopefully I will see you next time. Farewell.